All right, boys. Today is June 4th, 2026. We took NQ longs off of New York AM this morning. I know I haven't done a trade recap in a couple of weeks. I've been going through some personal family issues, all that other stuff. But we are back. We are going live every single morning on TikTok. Make sure you follow us over there. Follow us on Instagram. Join the Discord. Everything's going to be linked in bio. But yeah, let's hop into the charts for today. Hopping into the charts for today. Hold up, let me log in real quick so that we can see execution. Okay, it likes to do that sometimes. There we go. So as you can see, you see our executions, and yeah, let's hop into the chart. So coming into the higher time frame, what did I see on NQ on the hourly chart? I see we have this unmitigated hourly gap right here. So I mark up the gap right here, unmitigated 1 hour gap. Also look at the 4 hour and stuff. I'm like, okay, played into this 4 hour FVG. We hit the CE, the FVG, and started to wick out. Also swept all of this higher time frame LR. So I want to see us play a little higher. Let's look at the 5 minute chart real quick. Looking at the 5 minute chart, what did overnight session do? What did Asian and London do? Asia, there's a little dump in the beginning, but then it pretty much just accumulates the entire time. What does London do? Dumps. They have accumulation, manipulation. What am I waiting for NQ, New York AM to do? Distribute a little bit to this hourly FVG. So, stay on the 5 minute real quick. Coming into this morning, I'm like, all right, I get on the charts around 9:15, 9:20. So I come in this morning, I'm like, all right, we swept out this right here, this little low. Also looking at the hourly, we swept out these lows all the way over here. So looking at this 5 minute, and keep in mind we're playing out of that 4 hour gap. So see this 5 minute inverse for value gap right here. Pull back to it, leave some relative equal highs, resting up all up here. Pull back to it, wick out of it, and then we start to get some displacement. Once I see this displacement, I'm like, okay, we are definitely going to pump to this hourly high, to these highs right here. This hourly FVG. I'm sorry, not hourly high. But I was like, I'm going to sit on my hands, wait for market open, and see what it wants to do because I don't want to get caught up in some chop or whatever and get stopped out before the actual play happens. So let's go into the 1 minute time frame. I'm like, okay, what's happening right here? Generating liquidity, generating liquidity. We're leaving liquidity that we want to go sweep. So we see this getting closer to New York AM. What's happening? We're starting to accumulate. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay. So we see the accumulation. We identify that. We know that we put in this high right here. If you hover over this high, yeah, okay. We might have taken this high out with this candle right here. But that doesn't matter. We're not worried about that. We are worried about this hourly FVG getting hit. So we see this accumulation. We also know that we have this whole range right here that has to get rebalanced. This whole 5 minute range right here has to get rebalanced. And we have a 5 minute FVG you can see right here. So I'm like, if we want to pull back, we're probably going to pull back around market open. So what do? I wait. Get closer to market open. Market's about to open. Around 9:26, we start dumping. Absolutely dumping. And then what's the high of this? So I take the swing high to the body low of this whole range right here, the high of this whole range. I'm going to take the high to the body low, and it's going to give us our levels on where we think price is going to retrace back to. So it gives me the -2, -2.5, -3, -4. You understand. So once I see that, we start to dump, I'm like, okay, where is this trying to distribute to? Where are we going? Where's the bottom going to be? How we figure out the bottom is by looking at the top. Look at the top, swing high to swing low. We get our -5. We also know we were playing out of this 5 minute FVG, or inverse for value gap, I'm sorry. And then we get this nice wick candle hitting the CE, this 5 minute, also hitting -3.2, -3, -2.5. Once I see that, we wick up. I see we close above the -2. So we wick the -2.5, also wicking this 5 minute inverse is CE. So once I see that, I'm like, okay, now I can look at the 30-second chart. On the 30-second chart, we had a 30-second inverse get put in right around here. Once I seen that 30-second inverse get put in, I'm like, okay, all I'm literally want to see now is a slight pullback, tap that 30-second inverse and wick out of it. That will give me enough confirmation to then take this long up to these highs, go break even, and then try and get the full displacement up to this hourly FEG. So I take longs, and we put our stops at the low of this wick right here. And then once we hit this high, I go break even, and then we pretty much just hit full take profit. And that was the entire trade. I made around 15. Hold on, let me see. Get that away real quick. Made 1570.20 across all accounts real quick, but I'll pull it up just to show you. I'll pull it up real quick for you boys. Log in here. Log in here. Here we go. All my alpha accounts right here. She made about 500 across all of them. And yeah, boys, that was the trade. Pretty W trade. Go live every single morning on TikTok Live. Sometimes during Asia session if we didn't take a banger during New York AM. But yeah, that was the entire trade. Hope you guys follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, Pizzy Trading on everything, follow me on YouTube. And yeah, boys, make sure you guys start to join the lives on the Discord. And you want to learn my strategy, you can join the mentorship. Everything will be linked below. And yeah, boys, that was the entire video. Peace out. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next trade recap.